I left my wife alone with our kids while I went to the bathroom and I came back to her having a mental breakdown. I feel terrible and nothing I do seems like enough. 5 days ago, my wife, 25F, gave birth to our second child, our daughter, and then our son, 3M, came home 2 days later. For the past 5 days, I, 25M, have put myself on baby duty every night and giving my wife a full night's sleep as well as getting the kids up and ready for the day. Yesterday morning, I had gotten the kids ready to go out after pulling another all-nighter. I don't mind it as it gives me some one-on-one time with baby girl and gives me a chance to get my run back with Radon, as well as gave my wife the chance to get herself ready at her own pace as she's still recovering. She's doing amazing but started to feel bad about me not getting any sleep. I told her it's okay and I'm fine with it, but last night, before I put our son to bed, I asked my wife if she could watch the kids for a moment while I went to the bathroom. When I came back, she had obviously been crying. I immediately went into panic mode but she calmed me down explaining that her mentee B moment was caused by her feeling like she wasn't doing enough and that she felt horrible that I was choosing to stay with our daughter rather than getting any sleep. I understood her and she sent me to bed when she woke up this morning after I got a night of intermittent sleep. I know I shouldn't feel like a jerk, but I always overthink and, as a dad, I never feel like I'm doing enough or what I do compares to what my wife does. She's amazing and just went through childbirth and I just want to give her the time she needs to recover. Am I a jerk? Update. So, a lot of people saw my last post. I mean a lot. And too many people commented to get to every comment and respond. I apologize for that and I thank you all for the supportive words. I do not, however, appreciate any slander towards my wife. For a little context, I felt like TA because I made my wife cry while leaving her with the kids, regardless of her telling me that it was A. only for a trip to the bathroom, and B. necessary for me to sleep in our own bed. Secondly, I currently have 6 weeks off of work for child bonding so work is no sweat as of now. Thirdly, whomever commented that we should take shifts, you all get cookies. We discussed taking shifts starting tonight with me taking the night/early mornings. And finally, there is a whole host of backstory on why we're both a bit emotional. This is our second child, but our third pregnancy. Nif, our daughter, is our rainbow baby who we thought we wouldn't have. Not just for the reason mentioned, but we nearly divorced 2 years prior in a particularly nasty way. A commenter found one of my previous posts and asked why I stayed with her. For context, almost 2 years ago, we were drinking at a friend's birthday party and some very hurtful things were said that couldn't be taken back. Even after sobering up, I was too hurt to move on and I told her I wanted to divorce. We both knew it was because alcohol was the problem and she swore she would get help. The idea that we needed CC and IC was also thrown in. We both uncovered problems that needed resolving. Long story short, we focused on fixing the problems in ourselves and our marriage and started breaking generational cycles. Unfortunately, a lot of roadblocks came our way during our healing. My good friend of 10 plus years cut me off for choosing to give my wife another chance, her mom got arrested, we moved into a smaller house, another friend tried to break us up, my father passed away, I could go on, but you get the point. Fast forward to October 2023, we are in such a spot that we have both been sober since that party and we were more in love with each other than ever and we talked about a second baby. We find out that she's pregnant mid-October and start planning a reveal for Thanksgiving for family. Then, a few days after Halloween, she miscarries. This is where the feeling of not doing enough comes in. I am at work, 35 miles away, when she needs to go to the hospital, and the person who she thought was her best friend for 8ish years chooses not to go with her, so she had to go by herself on top of trying to wrangle and stay strong for a rambunctious toddler. I felt horrible and even with therapy, I haven't really been able to move on from that. So when she got pregnant with our daughter, I did every little thing for her with gusto. Obviously leading up to, and exceeding past, birth. Evolving into a mantra of I will be the best husband and father I can humanly be. Which leads to another common comment I've been seeing, her mini B moment. We both have a dark sense of humor and make light of our pain before helping each other through a problem. So her saying that she had a mini B, she was just breaking the ice of her problem. Leading to the related problem some people seem to have. A little bit of crying is not a mental breakdown.
A. You have no right to say someone is or isn't going through something, regardless of circumstance, and B. I downplay because privacy.
But I guess I need to say that while I went to the bathroom, and our son was in his room and our newborn was fast asleep, my wife sobbed at her hands and knees fearing that she might fall down that path again and I was only taking on so much responsibility because she's afraid I'm only preparing to take them in case she does spiral. When someone posts something a bit vague, it's not necessarily for ulterior motives. This post was made to answer any questions people had regarding the other one and to give background on our marriage so, I may not update again. I do sincerely thank everyone who was kind in the comments, especially all the moms who mentioned the 5 days thing. It gave my wife a laugh and some relief.